It opens with fear, turns a common habit into a hidden problem, promises a fast fix, then walks through a ranked list before ending with repeated calls to comment, like, and subscribe. Word by word, it leans heavily on contrast language like healthy but, good news, the secret, and the truth, which keeps tension alive. It also repeats anchors like after 60, deep sleep, wake up less, and right drink, so the message sticks. The strongest parts are the emotional triggers, the cozy sensory language, and the rhythm of problem to relief. The weakest parts are repetition, overclaiming, slightly clunky phrasing, too many medical-sounding promises, and too many outro asks. It also sometimes says the same idea 3 different ways, which slows momentum. So in the rewrite, I made it smoother, punchier, simpler, warmer, and more seductive without using headings or bullet points. The quoted block below is exactly 24,000 characters. If you're past 60 and your nights keep breaking apart, listen closely, because this tiny switch might change everything before your head even hits the pillow tonight. People keep a glass of plain water by the bed and believe they are doing something smart, clean, and healthy. It sounds innocent. It sounds safe. It even sounds wise. But if you keep waking up at 2 in the morning, 3 in the morning, or just before dawn with sleepy eyes and a foggy brain, that bedtime water may be quietly setting a trap for you. Water can hydrate you, yes, but it does not soothe a tense brain. It does not feed sleepy hormones, and it does not give your body the calm minerals and gentle amino acids that help you drift into deep rest and stay there. Instead, it often slips straight to the bladder, and after 60, that bladder does not stay silent the way it once did. It starts whispering earlier, then louder, then suddenly you are awake, annoyed, and staring into the dark while your best sleep vanishes. Here is the exciting part. You do not need to stop drinking at night. You simply need to stop drinking the wrong thing. In this video, I am going to walk you through 5 bedtime drinks that can take the place of plain water and work with your body instead of against it. These are not gimmicks. These are simple choices that may help you sleep longer, wake up less, and rise feeling far more alive in the morning. Some people notice the difference shockingly fast, and the number 1 drink on this list is especially interesting because it does more than support sleep. It may also help your body recover overnight, support joints and skin, and leave your muscles feeling less heavy when the sun comes up. So stay with me, because one of these bedtime sips could become your new nighttime secret starting tonight. And while you listen, think about your own routine. If you already have a drink that helps you rest better, share it in the comments, because your small tip could help someone else finally enjoy an unbroken night. Let us begin with the big question. Why can plain water backfire at night even though it seems so harmless? During the day, water is wonderful. Your body needs it. Your cells need it. Your blood, skin, muscles, and brain all depend on it. But bedtime is different. At night, your body is not just looking for fluid, it is looking for signals. It is looking for safety, warmth, quiet, and chemistry that tells the brain it can stop scanning and start sinking. Plain water does not carry that message very well. It does not offer magnesium to relax tight nerves and tense muscles. It does not offer glycine to cool the body gently and promote deeper sleep waves. It does not offer tryptophan, the raw material your body can turn into serotonin and then melatonin, the hormone that tells your whole system that sleep time has arrived. And with age, the problem gets even sharper. After 60, your nighttime fluid balance shifts. Hormonal signals that help you hold water through the night are not as strong as they used to be. Melatonin often drops little by little. Sleep becomes lighter. The bladder becomes touchier. The body is easier to disturb. That means even a modest amount of water can end up waking you when you should be sleeping hardest. Yet water itself is not the true villain. The deeper issue is that plain water is empty of the nighttime support your body now craves. That is why changing the drink can matter so much. The right bedtime drink can carry calming nutrients, support muscle relaxation, settle the nervous system, and help your body use fluid in a steadier way instead of tossing it quickly into the bladder. Some drinks bring magnesium and potassium, which can ease twitchy muscles and restless legs. Some bring glycine, which can help the body slide into a cooler, calmer state. Some help the brain make more of the sleep signals it desperately needs. Others contain soothing plant compounds that take the edge off stress and help racing thoughts lose their grip. And there is another important detail people often ignore. Temperature matters. A cold drink can be jarring. It can make the stomach feel tense and can nudge the body in the wrong direction when what you want is softness, ease, and quiet. Warmth, on the other hand, can feel like a signal of safety. It slows the moment down. It invites your breathing to settle. It turns a hurried gulp into a small ritual. That ritual itself matters more than many people realize. The body loves patterns, especially before bed. When you repeat a calm action at the same time each night, your system starts learning what comes next. That is why these drinks are not just about ingredients. They are also about timing, warmth, and the message you give your body before sleep. And here's the beautiful part. You do not need a giant mug. You do not need to flood your stomach. You do not need a miracle potion. Very often, one small cup at the right time is enough to tip the balance away from midnight frustration and toward deep, satisfying sleep. Now let us move into the 5 drinks, starting with number 5. Warm, unsweetened almond milk is gentle, cozy, and surprisingly powerful. Many people grow up hearing that warm milk helps you sleep, and there is some truth there. But for many older adults, regular cow's milk can feel heavy, gassy, or hard to digest. Unsweetened almond milk is often a smoother option. It is light, mild, and comforting, and when it is warmed just enough, it can feel like a blanket in a cup. Part of its charm comes from its natural magnesium, a mineral your nervous system absolutely loves when it is time to power down. Magnesium helps calm overactive nerve signaling and may ease muscle tightness that can keep the body on alert. Almond milk can also contribute small amounts of tryptophan, which your body can use in the chain that leads towards serotonin and melatonin. No, it is not magic by itself, but paired with the warmth and the routine, it can become a sweet little ally for sleep without any sugar at all. Another reason it appeals to many people over 60 is that unsweetened almond milk is usually gentle on blood sugar and easier on the stomach than sugary nighttime snacks or heavier dairy drinks. If late-night bloating, reflux, or a wired feeling after dessert tends to bother you, a small, warm serving of almond milk can feel much kinder. Keep it simple. Choose a plain, unsweetened version with as few extras as possible. Warm, a small amount, just enough to make it cozy, not hot enough to rush you. Sip it slowly, about an hour to an hour and a half before bed. If you want a little extra flavor, add the tiniest dusting of cinnamon. That can make the drink smell inviting and feel a touch richer without turning it into a sugar bomb. The real beauty of this drink is that it works softly. It does not crash into your system. It whispers. It nudges. It helps create a mood of rest. If your evenings feel jumpy, tense, or mentally noisy, this simple little cup may become a lovely first step. Now let us talk about number 4, chamomile tea. The classic calm-down drink that still earns its place. If your body is tired but your mind refuses to shut up, chamomile can feel like a soft hand on a busy shoulder. It is one of the most trusted bedtime teas for good reason. It contains no caffeine, it is easy to prepare, and it carries plant compounds that may help the brain settle into a more peaceful state. The star here is a flavonoid called apigenin. This natural compound is often discussed because it appears to interact with receptors in the brain that are linked with calm and drowsiness. In plain words, it may help take the volume down inside your head. Thoughts feel less sharp. The pulse feels less pushy. The mood can shift from alert and tangled to slower and softer. That matters because so many people do not stay awake from lack of exhaustion. They stay awake because the brain keeps performing when the day is supposed to be over. Chamomile does not slam you into sleep. It coaxes you there. That is why people often describe it as gentle, but gentle should not be confused with weak. Sometimes gentle is exactly what a strained nervous system needs. Make it simple. Steep a chamomile tea bag or loose chamomile in hot water for several minutes, then let it cool to a warm, easy sipping temperature. Drink it around 45 minutes before bed. Take your time with it. If the flavor feels too plain, a slice of fresh ginger or a breath of natural vanilla can make it feel richer and warmer without piling on sugar. If you notice that your nights are ruined by a restless mind, this tea is worth trying with real consistency. One cozy cup is pleasant. A week of cozy cups can become a pattern your body begins to trust. Number 3 may surprise some people, and that is lightly warmed coconut water. Most people think of coconut water as something cold, bright, and tropical, the kind of drink you have on a hot day. But in a small amount, used carefully and not ice cold, it can be interesting for older adults who deal with nighttime cramps, twitchy legs, or that maddening urge to urinate even when they did not drink much. Coconut water naturally contains electrolytes such as potassium and magnesium, along with a little sodium. Those minerals help the body manage fluid balance, nerve signaling, and muscle function. When that balance is off, sleep can get messy. Muscles may cramp, legs may feel buzzy, the bladder may feel more irritable. Everything becomes easier to trigger. A modest amount of coconut water, especially when diluted and taken earlier in the evening, may help the body feel steadier. But this is where people get it wrong. If you chug a full cold bottle right before bed, you are practically begging for a nighttime bathroom trip. That is not the goal. The smart move is a small amount, softened with warm water, sipped slowly after dinner and well before bedtime. Think of it less as a drink to fill up on and more as a mineral support sip. Add a slice of ginger if you like. That extra warmth can make the whole thing feel less chilly and easier on the stomach. Of course, if you have kidney issues or have been told to watch potassium, this is one to approach carefully and discuss with a health professional. But for some people, especially those whose sleep is broken by cramps or that weird electric restlessness in the legs, this drink can be a game changer when used properly. Number 2 is golden milk with black pepper, a bold, earthy bedtime drink with a surprisingly seductive effect on stress. This drink has a richer personality than the others. It is warm, deep, and a little spicy. And for people whose nights are hijacked by tension that does not even feel like tension, it can be wonderfully soothing. Sometimes you do not feel stressed in an obvious way, yet your body is still acting like it is on watch duty. The heart stays a little too busy, the brain stays a little too bright, melatonin takes its sweet time, sleep keeps circling but never fully lands. Turmeric is what gives golden milk its famous color, and the active compound most often talked about is curcumin. Curcumin has been studied for its relationship with inflammation and stress signaling, and many people find the drink comforting in a very physical way. Black pepper matters because it contains piperine, which is often used to help the body absorb curcumin more effectively. Without it, turmeric can pass through with much less punch. Combined with warm milk, whether that is almond milk, oat milk, or another gentle option, the whole drink becomes cozy, grounding, and a touch dramatic in the best possible way. You do not need much. Stir a small amount of turmeric and a tiny pinch of black pepper into warm milk and sip it about an hour before sleep. Do not make it so strong that it upsets your stomach, and do not throw in lots of sweetener. Keep it smooth and simple. This drink is not only about sleep. Many people like it because it can feel soothing for stiff joints and achy mornings too. So if your sleep gets stolen by stress, tension, or the nagging discomfort of an aging body that just will not fully relax, golden milk may feel like a warm little rescue. And now we come to number 1, the one that often surprises people most: warm gelatin or diluted bone broth. This may not sound glamorous, but do not underestimate it. Hidden inside it is one of the most interesting sleep-friendly compounds around: glycine. Glycine is an amino acid that has attracted attention because it may help promote deeper, more refreshing sleep. It appears to support the body in ways that encourage relaxation, including helping the body cool slightly and settle into a more restful state. In ordinary language, it can help the body stop acting like it is braced for action. That is a huge deal at night. Gelatin is rich in glycine, and bone broth often contains gelatin along with other nourishing compounds like proline and minerals. That is why a small warm serving can feel both calming and restoring. Many people also love that it seems to support more than sleep. Bone broth and gelatin are often associated with joint comfort, tissue repair, and overnight recovery. So you are not just sipping for rest. You may also be giving the body raw material it can use while you sleep. If you want to try gelatin, dissolve a small spoonful of plain, unflavored gelatin into warm water until it fully melts, then sip it slowly around half an hour to 45 minutes before bed. If you prefer bone broth, choose one that is not loaded with sodium. Warm a small amount gently and drink it on its own. It is savory, soothing, and for some people it feels more satisfying than sweet bedtime drinks. This is the drink many people end up calling their secret weapon, especially if they wake feeling worn out even after spending enough hours in bed. Sometimes the issue is not time in bed. It is the depth and quality of the sleep itself. And that is where glycine-rich options may shine. Now, once you know the drinks, the next piece is how to use them wisely, because even a good drink can backfire if you handle it badly. The first rule is simple. Keep the amount small. You do not need a giant mug sloshing in your stomach. Think small cup, not oversized tumbler. For most people, somewhere around a modest serving is more than enough. The goal is to nourish the body, not challenge the bladder. Second, timing matters more than people think. Drink too late and you set yourself up for a bathroom trip. A better window is roughly 60 to 90 minutes before bed, depending on the drink and your own body. That gives you time to enjoy it, unwind, use the bathroom one last time, and slide into bed without extra pressure. Third, choose drinks with purpose. A thin, cold, empty drink may rush through you fast. A slightly richer drink with calming nutrients can feel more satisfying and may work more gently with the body. That is one reason warm almond milk, golden milk, and gelatin drinks often feel so sleep-friendly. Fourth, go easy and stay consistent. Try one drink for several nights before judging it. Then, if it does not suit you, move to another. Testing one at a time helps you notice what your own body likes without confusion. One person may adore chamomile. Another may do better with gelatin. Another may swear by almond milk. There is no prize for copying someone else's perfect routine if it does not fit your system. Fifth, build a calm pattern around the drink. Sip slowly, breathe a little deeper, dim the lights, finish your evening tasks. Let the drink become a signal, not a random event. Your body responds to rhythm. The more your routine says safe, soft, and sleepy, the easier it becomes to drift off instead of fight for sleep. And finally, remember that your bladder can learn patterns too. Going to the bathroom at roughly the same time each night can help train the body into a steadier rhythm. Small habits sound boring, but boring little habits often create glorious results. There is one more thing that makes a huge difference, and it has nothing to do with magic powders or expensive supplements. It is the way you listen to your own body. If you wake up with a dry mouth but no strong urge to use the bathroom, your body may need a drink that comforts and lightly nourishes, like almond milk or golden milk. If your legs feel jumpy, tight, or crampy at night, a carefully timed mineral-rich option may be worth exploring. If your mind keeps replaying conversations, worries, or tiny little annoyances from the day, chamomile may fit the mood better. If you wake up feeling sore, stiff, or wrung out, the deeper support of gelatin or bone broth may feel especially satisfying. In other words, the best bedtime drink is not the trendiest one. It is the one that matches the problem your body is actually having. This is where many people miss the mark. They try a random suggestion once, at the wrong time, in the wrong amount, then decide nothing works for them. But sleep is personal. It is delicate. It likes patience. It likes observation. It likes small, smart experiments. So instead of hopping from one idea to another every night, give one option a fair chance. Try it for a few evenings. Notice how long it takes you to fall asleep. Notice whether you wake fewer times. Notice how your legs, stomach, mind, and mood feel the next morning. Those tiny clues can tell you more than any loud promise on the internet ever will. Another sneaky reason these drinks can help is that they replace worse nighttime habits. A lot of people do not just drink water before bed. They sip cola, strong tea, sweet cocoa, juice, or even a little alcohol thinking it helps them unwind. But caffeine can keep the brain buzzing long after you think it is worn off. Sugar can make the body feel restless. Alcohol can make you drowsy at first, but often wrecks the second half of the night, causing lighter sleep, more wake-ups, and that washed-out feeling in the morning. So when you swap one of those troublemakers for a calmer, warmer, smarter drink, you are often getting two benefits at once. You are adding support while removing sabotage. That is a spicy little truth many people never talk about. Sleep is not only about what you add, it is also about what you stop stirring into the pot. Let me paint the picture. Imagine your usual evening. The lights are still bright. The television is blasting. Your phone is glowing in your face. You are half thinking about tomorrow, half replaying yesterday, and then just before bed, you take a big cold drink and expect your body to drop into perfect sleep. No wonder it fights back. The body is not a machine with an off switch. It is more like a cautious old cat. It settles when the room feels safe, warm, and predictable. That is why these bedtime drinks can work best when they become part of a whole softer mood. Lower the lights a little, quiet the noise a little, slow your steps a little. Let the drink be the bridge between the busy part of the day and the peaceful part of the night. Even holding a warm cup in your hands can help. That heat on the fingers, that smell rising from the mug, that slow sip instead of a rushed gulp, all of it tells the body the chase is over. You can stop now. You can rest now. And for many older adults, that message is pure gold. Trust is a big word when it comes to sleep. A body that keeps waking at night often stops trusting bedtime. It starts expecting interruption. It starts bracing for the next bladder nudge, the next cramp, the next hot flash, the next burst of thoughts. But each calm night, even if it is only a little better, helps rebuild that trust. That is why I want you to think of these drinks not as one-shot fixes, but as signals you send again and again. Safe, warm, quiet, nourishing, rest. Those are powerful messages. I also want to say this clearly for anyone who feels discouraged. If you have been sleeping badly for months or years, you are not failing because a warm drink alone has not fixed everything overnight. Sleep can be affected by pain, medications, sleep apnea, anxiety, grief, low activity, late meals, naps, and a dozen other things. These drinks are not a cure for every possible cause. They are support. They are a helpful nudge. They are one delicious lever you can pull. Sometimes that lever is enough to create a real shift. Sometimes it works best when paired with a darker room, a steadier bedtime, more daytime movement, or a conversation with your doctor about ongoing sleep problems. But never underestimate what one wise habit can do. Life changes through little doors all the time. One small sip, one calmer evening, one better night, and suddenly the whole next day feels less cruel. That is not dramatic. That is real. And here is something else older adults know better than anyone. Comfort matters. The world loves to push hard, chase harder, and brag about extreme fixes. But deep rest usually responds better to kindness than force. You do not bully yourself into good sleep. You invite it. You make room for it. You tempt it closer with warmth, rhythm, and care. These drinks fit beautifully into that softer approach. They are humble. They are easy. They are comforting. Yet sometimes the humble things deliver the biggest relief. So if part of you has started believing that broken sleep is just your fate now, I want to challenge that thought. Maybe your body is not asking for more struggle. Maybe it is asking for better signals, better timing, better ingredients, a gentler runway into the night. And maybe, just maybe, one of these warm little drinks will help you give it exactly that. Now let us pull this all together. If you are over 60 and tired of waking in the middle of the night, you are not broken, and you are not doomed to spend every night in fragments. Aging changes sleep, yes, but it does not erase your ability to sleep well. It simply means your body may need smarter support. The 5 drinks we talked about tonight are simple, comforting, and practical. Warm, unsweetened almond milk can offer a gentle, cozy path toward calm. Chamomile tea can soften a loud mind. Lightly warmed coconut water may help some people whose sleep gets wrecked by electrolyte imbalance, cramps, or a touchy bladder. Golden milk with black pepper can feel like a warm shield against stress and tension, and warm gelatin or diluted bone broth may be the most quietly powerful of them all, bringing glycine-rich support that helps the body rest more deeply and recover overnight. Notice what all these drinks have in common. They are not just liquid, they are messages. They tell the body to slow down. They provide comfort, warmth, and nutrients that can guide you away from alertness and towards sleep. They do not need to be fancy. They do not need to be expensive. They just need to be chosen with intention. So tonight, do not just reach for plain water out of habit. Pick one of these options instead. Make it warm. Make it small. Give yourself an hour, then watch what happens. Maybe you will sleep longer. Maybe you will wake less. Maybe your legs will feel quieter. Your mind will feel softer, and your morning will feel brighter. That kind of change is not tiny. That kind of change can lift the mood of your whole day. One quiet night changes days. If one of these drinks helps you, tell me in the comments which one you tried and what happened. Your story could point somebody else toward the first peaceful night they have had in ages. Share this with a friend, a parent, a partner, or anyone who keeps dragging themselves through tired mornings. And if you enjoy simple tips like this that help life feel easier, make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications so you do not miss the next one. Thank you for being here. Take good care of yourself tonight, sleep deeply, and I will see you soon.